There were so many Chicago Bulls teams throughout the 2010s that I thought were just going to be so much better than they ended up. And in today's video, we're going to be rebuilding the 2016 Chicago Bulls. This team went 42-40. Its coach was Fred Hoiberg at the time, and it finished 9th in the Eastern Conference. It didn't make the playoffs. The leading scorer and best player on the team at the time was Jimmy Butler. Not after this regular season, the following one in 2017 is when Chicago traded him to Minnesota on draft night. This team also had Pau Gasol in his age 35 season. It was pretty much one of his final good years in the NBA. It was like this year in 2016 with Chicago, 2017 with the Spurs, then he was pretty much done. This was also Derrick Rose's last year in Chicago, so we're going to try to turn that around for D Rose and maybe can win a championship with him in Chicago. We still have Joakim Noah. He's getting up there in age. He did sign with the Knicks as well in the 2016 offseason. I mean, that was not a great contract at all, so the Bulls really lucked out with that. Still have Taj Gibson, a younger Nikola Mirotic, Bobby Portis, Doug McDermott, Tony Snell. It had a decent amount of young talent at the time. This will be the 2016 season, like I mentioned, so this is the Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown draft. And we're going to have a D Rose, Butler, Mirotic, Gasol, Noah starting five with Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, Doug McDermott, and Tony Snell coming off the bench. Not perfectly accurate coaches, but yeah, we're going to have Billy Donovan as our coach here. I don't know if Fred Hoiberg is in 2K, but if he is, I'll pick him up at some point. And I don't think Bulls fans want me to get Jim Boylan on the team when that eventually happens. So yeah, like looking at this team right now, players that are under contract next year is Derrick Rose, then we have Jimmy Butler for 4 more years, Gibson, Mirotic, Dunleavy, and Portis for 2 more years. So basically Joakim Noah and Pau Gasol are going to be free agents at our starting front court. So maybe if we do underperform at some point, we could look to move those guys. We have LeBron, KD, Drummond, DeRozan, Dwight, Horford, and others as free agents. And the 2016 offseason, or at least free agency, was an absolute mess. That was when just so many bad contracts were given out. And Jimmy Butler gets hurt to start off the season. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. Not the best way to start your season. We've had just so many injuries this year with Butler, D Rose, and now Doug McDermott's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. The Bulls did have their first round pick, and it was the last pick of the lottery, and they took Denzel Valentine. The Bulls did miss out on the playoffs by 2 games. The Pistons got the 8 seed. I mean, this is an interesting trade offer. We'd be sending Pau Gasol, who's having a very good year in his age 35 season, to the Raptors. We'd pick up a younger Bismack Biyombo. Now, is he under contract, or is this when he got a ton of money from Orlando because of the playoffs he had? Yeah, so he's a free agent at the end of the year, which is fine. And I'd get their first round pick in 2 years. So this would be the 2018 draft. Man, that is something to think about. I think if like we're not going to make the playoffs, we should 100% move Pau Gasol. But I'm going to decline this for now because we're 7-13 at the moment. We're not having like the greatest start to the 2016 season. Like I said, though, we've had a ton of injuries, but Jimmy has been that guy. D Rose has been honestly all right. He's still only 27 years old. Nikola Mirotic has been a bright spot as well, being only 24. Let's just keep him and Bobby Portis away from each other. Now Tony Snell is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a high right ankle sprain. All right, we've been somewhat better as of late, but we're still 10 games under 500 because we had a brutal start to December and honestly a bad end to November. Mike Dunleavy has actually been all right as a veteran as well, shooting 46 from 3. I may be able to get like a late first round pick for him at this year's deadline. We'll see. Bobby Portis not off to a great start efficiency wise. So yeah, the next time I'll see you guys is probably going to be the All-Star draft unless like a major injury happens or if I get a really enticing trade offer. Like the Heat are willing to give me 2 first round picks for Pau Gasol in 2018. Or excuse me, 2016 and 2017. Oh man, that's an interesting deal. We're going to decline that from now, but I think I'm going to have good Gasol trade offers on the table if we are going to be a seller. And heck, even if we're like, all right, I may still trade him and I could start Mirotic at the 4 or Bobby Portis and go from there. The last thing though I need is for him to get injured, which he just did, but it's only for 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, and he's healthy again. And we are 21-29. I think I'm going to trade him. I don't want to risk him getting hurt and then I lose out on a potential young player or a first round pick. He's having a good year, 36 from 3, averaging 16.5 and 8.5, also 2.5 assists as well. Jimmy Butler and D Rose have been the top 2 scorers on this team. D Rose just can't miss a free throw. We could trade for Kobe Bryant, but that really wouldn't fit our timeline. So I do want to see if those 2 first round picks are still on the table from the Miami Heat. I would make probably this one of this year top 3 protected, and then would you give me your first round pick in 2024 as well? 2 first round picks for Pau Gasol. They don't want to do that, it seems. Like, what about if I give you Etwan Moore? That's gonna be tough to do. I don't know if like me throwing in 2 seconds would get this done. They would want another first. You'd give me a 34-year-old Amari Stoudemire. Probably going to pass on that. All right, so I'm going to do this trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're sending Pau Gasol there. Guess he's going to be a mentor for Karl-Anthony Towns, who is a rookie. We're getting their first-round pick this year, top 10 protected. I wonder if I can maybe finesse this to being top 5 protected, and I get Nikola Pekovic. I'm also giving them Mike Dunleavy as well. And would I throw in 2 seconds to get it done? They would really want a first-round pick from me, which I don't want to do. So let's just do the original offer. I get Pekovic as well, who I don't know if I'm going to re-sign, but that pick may not come to me this year because they are the 11th seed in the West, so we will see. Hey, I would not hate the 11th overall pick, but I could also get a good pick in the 2017 draft, which in my opinion is definitely better than the 2016 draft. All right, and we're going to make another trade. End of an era, Joakim Noah. We're not going to wait till the offseason for him to leave us. We're going to send him over to Utah as well as our second-round pick here in 2016 for Utah's first-round pick next year with a protection backup as well. So we're adding a little bit more draft capital. I don't think I'm going to move Taj Gibson at the moment. And yeah, we're probably not going to finish great, but it's better than finishing as the 14th worst team in the league and having Denzel Valentine on the board. I could trade Derrick Rose for Kyle Quinn and Robin Lopez, but I'm going to decline that. I forgot, like, Robin Lopez was in that Derrick Rose trade because the Knicks wanted to go after Greg Monroe. That didn't happen, and then they regretted that contract so much. Oh my God, Phil Jackson was so bad for the Knicks. You have Team LeBron and Team Steph at the time here as the All-Star captains. Jimmy Butler has to make the All-Star game, right? Wait, what? Jimmy Butler did not. He's averaging 23 points a night. Wow, all right. Derrick Favors was an all-star for Utah. Okay, well, he's a beast right now for them. Isaiah Thomas is an all-star for the Boston Celtics, but no Jimmy Butler. That is a shame. And yeah, let's advance past the deadline. Hey, maybe we go on a run here. We've been playing a little bit better as of late with Jimmy Butler as like the number 1, but like Pau Gasol was the number 3. So yeah, I think it's going to end kind of poorly, but who knows? Maybe this team will win some games and we're going to get the 14th pick like they did in real life. And Nikola Pekovic has torn his left ACL. He will be out for the year. And Steph Curry wins MVP like he did in real life, averaging 38 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. Nikola Jokic wins Rookie of the Year. I mean, I'm pretty sure he played in his rookie season with the Nuggets, so that may be off a little bit, unless I'm completely tripping, and then this is the 2015 season, but no, it's 2016. All-NBA first teams, Curry, Harden, KD, Paul George, Drummond, remember those times. Russ, Wall, LeBron on second team, Kawhi on second team, and then you also have Brook Lopez there. You got DeRozan, Isaiah Thomas, AD, Derrick Favors, and Cousins on third team. Yeah, I was tripping, but it is the 2016 season. The Knicks and Sixers rookie Joel Okafor and Kristaps Porzingis went back-to-back and winning Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month. West had a little bit of Cat, a little bit of Jokic, and a little bit of Devin Booker. I thought I'd turn the play-in tournament off. Maybe not, but I'll make sure to do that this offseason. We did not make the play-in tournament, which I will definitely take. We went 33-49, 9 games worse than the team originally did in real life. And the Timberwolves are the 9th seed, so if they make it out of the play-in tournament, we're going to basically be trading Pau Gasol for like the 15th overall pick, which isn't great. We definitely have somewhat of a, not like a big 3 by any means, but Nikola Mirotic is definitely going to be our starting 3 or 4 next year. Derrick Rose, I think he's still pretty good. He's going to be our starting point guard, and Jimmy Butler, either our starting shooting guard or small forward. Let's keep an eye on the Timberwolves. What happens with them? They are still alive, and they end up not making the playoffs, so their pick actually might be perfect. It might be like 12 or 13. And the finals consist of Isaiah Thomas and the Boston Celtics, and Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors win in 5 with Klay Thompson being your finals MVP. He averaged 44 points. Are you kidding me? Kobe, Tim Duncan, and Dwight Howard all head to the Hall of Fame. I'll make sure to turn off the play-in tournament. I guess theoretically the old lottery odds should be in effect as well. So we may get the Bulls, or excuse me, the Timberwolves pick at 13. And then our pick is there at 7. Are we going to get lucky? Let's watch. We don't want that Timberwolves pick to move up. I mean, we would get it next year, but I think I'd rather have it in this draft because I feel like the Timberwolves are going to be better next year, and we do get it at 13. So we trade Pau Gasol for Nikola Pekovic in the 13th pick. I also gave up Dunleavy as well. I mean, not the worst trade in the world. I probably should have accepted that Heat pick for the 2 first when I got offered it, but hindsight is 2020. All right, so our pick is at 8. We don't get lucky in this lottery. The Bucks get the number 1 overall pick. Well, they drafted the Rookie of the Year in this class in Malcolm Brogdon. Grizzlies 2, Sixers 3, Nuggets 4, Lakers 5. All right, so before the draft starts, I'm going to be trading Taj Gibson, who would be in the final year of his deal at 31, to OKC for their first round pick in 2018, as well as their second round pick in 2018 as well. The Bucks with the number 1 overall pick are going to select Ben Simmons. He still goes number 1. Ben Simmons and Giannis would be an interesting pairing together. Domantas Sabonis goes 2. Wow, all right. That is a little bit of a shocker. Jaylen Brown goes 3 to Philly. At 4 is Brandon Ingram to Denver, so they go with Ingram instead of Jamal Murray. Buddy Hield goes 5 to the Lakers. Brogdon 6 to the Kings. Gary Payton II 7 to the Nets. That's an interesting selection. And we're on the clock at 8. Jamal Murray is still on the board. I don't technically need another point guard, but I think he's, it's either him or Siakam's the better pick, but I don't know. I mean, Siakam would definitely fit this team better, but I don't know if this draft class kind of likes him. C overall, 22 years old. At least Murray's 3 years younger. DeJounte Murray's also still on the board. All right, I may be an idiot here, and I'm going to draft off of need instead of best player available. I mean, it's a debate who you think's better, Jamal Murray or Pascal Siakam, but Siakam, I could maybe use in a forward spot. Like I said, I still want to win a championship or try to at least win one with Derrick Rose, so I could have made Murray a 2, but we have Butler there. Could move Butler to the 3 spot. It's all right. There is a chance, though. I forgot I have another first-round pick. Jamal Murray falls to that selection. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Chris Dunn goes, all right, Jamal Murray is still on the board. Is he going to go to the Knicks? Oh, okay, there he is. He ends up going to the Knicks. And the Hornets take Marquise Chris. All right, thank you. I was not doing that. So I'm actually going to take DeJounte Murray over Fred VanVleet here with my second first-round pick. Hey, getting DeJounte Murray and Pascal Siakam is kind of dope. So that concludes the 2016 NBA draft. Nets, what are you doing? I mean, they wouldn't even have had their first-round pick. This went to Boston at the time. Rookie signings, let's sign Siakam. Let's sign DeJounte Murray. We have no team player options at the moment. KD opts out. This was the offseason he did end up signing with the Golden State Warriors. We do have a decent amount of cap space to use. We don't have a ton of roster spots at the moment. 6 guys, all 6 I do want to be in the rotation next year. Like Andre Drummond would be really nice to go after because he's really freaking good, but I don't know if I want to give him all that money. I mean, Al Horford is still demanding a lot as well. So I'm going to give 32-year-old Al Jefferson a 2-year deal with a team option on the 2nd year. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to offer Andre Drummond a deal. $32 million for 4 years, player option on the 4th year. And Dwight Howard did not retire. 2K was just kind of weird there. So I could throw some money at Horford or Howard. The power forward market isn't great. I think let's wait and see if we get Drummond or not. I was also thinking about throwing some money at DeMar DeRozan. So let's see what happens here. Do we get anybody? No, we do not. We do sign Al Jefferson. I will sign him. I'm not going to renounce the rights on anybody else, but Brooks, Curry, and Keller are fine. Drummond goes to the Warriors, so they get Drummond instead of KD. And DeRozan goes to the Wizards. Really? All right, so let's go to plan B here. Let's go after Al Horford. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal worth $34 million a year. I do want to try to compete with D Rose and Jimmy Butler next year, and we get Al Horford. So we get the Als here in free agency, a former Celtic in Al Jefferson, and then would have been a future Celtic in Al Horford. I'm also going to sign Eric Gordon to a 2-year deal worth about $20 million, and then do somewhat of a similar contract to Robert Covington, 2 years, $24 million. It would be very nice if we can get both these guys. We get Gordon. Do we get Rocco? There we go. I would have to renounce the rights maybe on Justin Holiday, which is fine. So I kind of like this team at the moment. Like, we have Derrick Rose and DeJounte Murray. We have Jimmy Butler. I think Eric Gordon's going to be a phenomenal pickup. We have Covington, Mirotic, and Siakam. Those guys can also play the 4. And then we have Horford, Jefferson, and Portis. I actually think I'm done making moves here in free agency. All right, so taking a look at player progression, Jimmy Butler is up to a 90 overall. We're going to get 2 good years out of Al Horford, which I am definitely excited for. He's going to be better than what Joakim Noah would have been most likely. I mean, Al Horford is still playing, and Joakim Noah has been out of the league for a little bit in present day. All right, so it's going to be a 10-man rotation this year with D Rose at the 1, Butler at the 2, Rocco 3, Mirotic 4, Horford 5. We'll have Eric Gordon, Al Jefferson, Bobby Portis, Siakam, and DeJounte Murray come off the bench. System proficiency is going to be 4-star balance. And before the season starts, we're going to re-sign Derrick Rose on a 3-year, $48 to $50 million contract, which I think is a great contract for both parties. And we don't have to worry about D Rose leaving us at the end of the year. So the first game of the season at Philly, McCollum drops 47, Jahlil Okafor with almost a triple-double, Pau Gasol with almost a triple-double on his former team, but we beat them by 7 in overtime. Jimmy with 38 and 14, Horford 26 points, D Rose had 10 assists. Let's go. What a start to the year. Eric Gordon, I think, could be a huge X factor for us. I can't believe he was only 10 million. That was a steal. And then we just got blown out by, oh, wait, I knew. Okay, so Drummond signed with the Warriors. I was like, I should wait till after moratorium. So they didn't even end up signing him. He goes to Houston and replaces, I assume, Dwight Howard. We beat the Knicks by 13, and Eric Gordon with 32, Butler with 30 and 10, Horford 21-7-5. Would you look at that? We beat the Nets 137-129. 4 guys scored 20 points. Rocco at 17. Can we get another win against Orlando? And yes, we can, but Jimmy Butler gets hurt. And he's off to just a phenomenal start this season. We beat the Magic by 16. Al Horford had a team-high 24. Oof. And Robert Covington breaks his left foot. He's going to be out 2 to 4 months, which is pretty brutal. What I might do is move Butler to the 3 and like maybe get Eric Gordon in the starting 5. But Eric Gordon's been so good for us off the bench. So maybe we'll get Siakam into the starting lineup. And we can play DeJounte Murray a little bit more, Portis a little bit more, Gordon, Jefferson, and then maybe get Siakam about 26 minutes a night. But yeah, that's pretty brutal. We're around 500 to start the year. All right, Robert Covington is back. Let's go. And we're 24-17. We could be buyers at the deadline. Oof, Pascal Siakam breaks his left kneecap. He's going to be out 2 to 4 months. That's brutal, man. He was actually having an all right rookie season. Also, I forgot to show you guys the player mentees going on right now. So right now we have Bobby Portis being mentored by Al Horford. We have DeJounte Murray being mentored by Derrick Rose and Siakam by Jimmy Butler. So I hope we see Jimmy Butler at the All-Star draft this year because then 2K would just have a vendetta against him if he's not there. You got Team LeBron and Team Steph once again. I know the All-Star drafts weren't a thing then, but we're keeping it here. Look at young Kevin Love in that photo. I swear if I don't see Jimmy Butler's name. Are you kidding me? How is Jimmy Butler not an All-Star? Damn, Carmelo's still a beast. Drummond's averaging 22 and 12. Kyle Lowry's an all-star, but not Jimmy Butler. Jimmy's averaging 25 points, 6.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 2.1 steals a night, 53, 43, 83 splits. That is absurd and criminal how he's not in the All-Star draft. Derrick Rose, I think, has been fine this year. Would like the efficient to be a little bit like where it was last year, but it's not the end of the world. Eric Gordon has been everything I could have asked for. An elite shooter, shooting 45% from 3. Then you got Al Horford there, Nikola Mirotic as well. So it is the trade deadline. We're 33-21. I don't know if I'm going to make any trades just because I don't really know if I want to break up this core at the moment because I don't really have any reserves to trade. I don't know if I want to trade draft picks either. Dennis Schroeder's on the trade block, and nobody's really on the block at all. I forgot I do have the Jazz first round pick this year. Let's see where they are at right now. They're currently the 5 seed in the West with Gordon Hayward, Derek Favors, who's apparently a beast. They still have Jared Sullinger as well, KCP, Trey Burke, Alec Burks as well, Jordan Hill. If we take a look at the award races, Russ, oof, he's the front runner for MVP, but he broke his right leg, so he might not win it. Oh my god, LeBron signed in Boston. You gotta be kidding me. John Wall there at 5. You got Ben Simmons leading the Rookie of the Year race. Jamal Murray, all right, maybe I should have drafted him, but he probably has a much larger role in the next campaign, leading the campaign for 6th Man of the Year. Sorry to do that. You have Kawhi, front runner for Depoy, and then most improved, you got Jahlil Okafor. Kyle Quinn averaging 20 and 10. What? So yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any trades this year, and we don't really have anybody to re-sign at the moment. Oof, Derrick Rose pulls a lower back muscle. He's out 2 to 4 weeks. DeJounte Murray time. All right, Derrick Rose just came back, and then he hurt his knee again. Damn. All right, and we just hit 50 wins. This Bulls team is really good. We're also fully healthy, knock on wood. We finished 56 and 26, 30 games above 500. Russ still wins MVP in 2017 like he did in real life. Or no, that was 2018 he won MVP. Wait, no, that was 2017. Yes, when he won with the triple-double like he averages here, which is pretty cool. Ben Simmons wins Rookie of the Year. Kind of looks good in a Bucks jersey. Campaign, 6th Man of the Year. Kawhi, Depoy in San Antonio. Jahlil Okafor, Most Improved. Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year. They go 62 in 20. Here is All-NBA first team. We got AD and John Wall, Karl Anthony Towns on it, as well as a 22-year-old. You have Jokic, who signed with the Raptors. That's a sick pickup. On All-NBA second team with Chris Paul, who's still in Los Angeles. And then there's All-NBA third team. Finally, Jimmy Butler gets the respect he deserves, and he's on all defensive second team. That's what I'm talking about. We had both our rookies on all-rookie second team. So we finished as the 2 seed while going up against the 7-seeded Hawks in the playoffs, who have Jeff Teague. If you've been watching some of his podcast clips, they're hilarious. He is their starting point guard, maybe their best player. He's up there with Paul Millsap and Jonas Valanciunas. Also have MCW and MKG. Here were the end of the season stats with Jimmy Butler leading the way, then Nikola Mirotic, Al Horford, Eric Gordon. There's Derrick Rose. Robert Covington wasn't actually too inefficient. I think he was fine for us. So for the playoffs, I think we're going to go a 9-man rotation. I think Siakam may only get like 10 minutes a night. I think Al Jefferson and Bobby Portis can get about 16 apiece. I want to go 30 to Eric Gordon. I want to go 30 to Mirotic. That's good with me. I want to go 40 to Jimmy Butler. We'll do 33. We'll do 34 to Derrick Rose, 36 to Al Horford. Game 1 against Atlanta, we do pick up the win. We got Al Horford going up against his former team, and he drops 39 points in Game 1. We ended up beating them by 22. Mirotic with 29. He's got really good scoring potential, dude. I'm telling you that. 24 assists combined between D Rose and Jimmy Butler. You love to see that. And then we take a 2-0 lead. We beat them by 6. D Rose had 25 and 14. Game 3 is going to go to the Chicago Bulls as well. We end up beating them by 43 points. Jimmy Butler had 47, 8, and 7. Hell yeah. Okay, Al Jefferson, 1 to 2 week injury. That's fine. We sweep the Hawks, beat them by 1 point in Game 4. And now we're taking on the Cavs here in round 2, who have Kyrie, Shumpert. Okay, so LeBron leaves to Boston, and then they end up signing Kevin Durant. All right, that's a pretty sick team. Game 1 is going to go to Cleveland by 23. Kevin Durant has 60. What? Oh, Iman Shumpert's actually, like, really good for them. Has he been averaging more points than Love? No, wow. But they had 4 guys above 17 points a night. Game 2, we do win. Oh, thank God. Okay, we end up winning by 9 points. D Rose with 22, Horford with 19. Game 3 is going to go to the Cavs. They win by 6. Jimmy Butler 23, 7, and 10. 2 steals, 1 block. Don't lose Game 4. All right, we stay alive. We beat him by 15. KD had 39. It was not enough. Jimmy with 31. Mirotic 21. 19 and 16 for D Rose, who's having a very good playoffs for us. Game 5, huge rubber match here. Goes to the Cavs. They end up beating us by 7. Jimmy Butler had a 32-point triple-double, but it was not enough. So here we go. Game 6 in Cleveland. Don't know if it was the Quicken... I don't know if it was ever the Quicken Loans Arena, but Rocket Mortgage Arena, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're currently down by 3 in the 4th. KD's killing it. Oh, Kyrie and Love have minor injuries. Something similar happened to them in 2015 against the Warriors. Can we win, though? Please don't blow this. And we do. Oh, they outscored us by 8 in that 4th quarter. Rose played phenomenal. So did Horford. Butler was fine. Gordon hit... or he didn't take a 3. That's weird. Damn, their big 3 really popped off. That was a good Cavs team. Now you got LeBron there in Boston with Isaiah Thomas. And Jay Crowder's an 88 overall. I think that's a little generous. Avery Bradley at an 86. Was this roster creator a Celtics fan? Well, in the finals, you got the Warriors, and then you got LeBron like it was in 2017. But this time, LeBron's on the Celtics, and Clay gets his 2nd finals MVP of the video. Paul Pierce retires, so does Derrick. I'm a little scared we could see some regression out of Al Horford or Derrick Rose, so I'm hoping for the best. Dirk and KG make it to the Hall of Fame. Wait. Didn't Dirk make it to the Hall of Fame last year? Maybe I was thinking of Tim Duncan. But how does Dallas not retire his jersey? So we do have the Jazz's 1st round pick here. It's going to be at number 22. We have our 1st round pick at 26. Maybe we'll try moving up in the draft. The Mavericks had Denver's pick there at 6. Well, yeah, they lost Jokic, so that's nice. You know, I'm going to probably bring back Billy Donovan as our head coach. I'm going to try to sign Jacques Vaughn to be my top assistant. He doesn't want to do that. So it is the 2017 draft. Like I mentioned, the Suns took Josh Jackson and realized they make the better pick here, and they take Jason Tatum. Donovan Mitchell is a Laker instead of Lonzo Ball. Number 3, Knicks take John Collins. An interesting selection there with Bam on the board. Markkanen goes to the Heat. They didn't want Bam. At 5, the Timberwolves are trading it, not for Jimmy Butler, which happened on draft night. It's going to be for Carmelo Anthony. Whoa. Anthony was traded later in this offseason to OKC, and then the Knicks take Jonathan Isaac. Bam goes to Dallas. Alonzo Ball to Memphis. And Detroit trades number 8 for Al-Farouq Aminu. All right. 8 is Josh Hart. 9 is Zach Collins. 10 is Jared Allen. That's a good pick. So I didn't decide to trade up. Our first pick here, we could take the French Prince, Frank Ntilikina. I'm going to take Luke Kennard, though, with my first round pick. Ntilikina ends up going to the Clippers. And with my next first round pick, I'm going to take Chris Boucher. So basically, after the top 10, Josh Jackson went to the Trailblazers. Fultz to Dallas. There goes Anunoby at 13. That's really good value. Kuzma at 15 is kind of a steal. Wait, yeah, De'Aaron Fox goes still to the Kings, but at 19, that's crazy. So Al Jefferson's $8 million team option, I'm actually going to I'm going to decline it. I think I can actually get him on a cheaper annual value in free agency. I also think he could regress a little bit, so I don't know if I want to bring him back. We do actually have a decent amount of cap space, and Bobby Portis is really our only free agent, and we did just draft another center in Boucher. Oh, wait, Mirotic is a free agent as well. Do I not have bird rights on him? Damn it, he wants $19 million. He is pretty good, though, so I'm going to bring him back. It is a loaded point guard free agency class with Westbrook, Paul, and Lowry. I really thought Lowry was going to go to, like, Minnesota or Philly. And then Teague ended up going to Minnesota, and Philly kind of signed J.J. Redick. Chris Paul was a Rocket by then, and then Russ ended up staying as a Thunder. He signed like that super max or the max at the time. Oh yeah, Steph's also a free agent. Could I give him a deal? No. All right, so we're going to get Mirotic back 3 years, $54 million. For some reason, Bobby Portis wants $20 million a year. We could sign Bobby Portis instead of bringing back Al Jefferson. So let's just do that. 2-year deal. I'm putting a team option on the second year, though. You're getting like that J.J. Redick offer, so there we go. And I'm just going to sign a third-string point guard in DJ Augustine. Russ back to the Thunder, Chris Paul back to the Clippers, Lowry back to the Raptors. Karl-Anthony Towns joins Denver since they didn't have Jokic anymore. Jahlil Okafor joins Minnesota. Okay. So he replaces Cat. Taking a look at the player progression, Horford does regress just a little bit. I do think that this team is good enough to win a championship, but let's see. All right, so we have Rose, Butler, Mirotic, Portis, Horford starting 5. We're going to have Gordon, Rocco, maybe Siakam and Murray off the bench there. We'll have Luke Kennard and Boucher and like Augustine next guys in. 4-star balance. First game of the season's at Philly on the road, and we end up beating them by 14. That's what I'm talking about, which Gordon had 24, Horford 22, Butler 21, 6, and 9. Derrick Rose, torn right calf muscle. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. We were doing well too, 13 and 5. We'll see if DeJounte Murray can step up. Eric Gordon gets hurt. At least it's not too long of an injury. Derrick Rose is back. Let's go. And we are 21 and 9. We just beat the Grizzlies by 15. They have D'Lo and Sabonis at the helm. Nikola Mirotic, man, he is a good scorer. That's why I wanted to bring him back. Jimmy Butler's averaging career highs this season. That's what I'm talking about. Al Horford, 21 and 7.5, 4 assists as well. He's killing it. We could probably extend him. Oh, maybe not. He's not eligible. Okay, but Jimmy Butler is due for an extension. He's under contract next year as well, so I'm just going to hold off on a second. He wasn't a free agent until 2019, so yeah, these contracts actually have been pretty accurate, which is nice. All right, well, Bobby Portis' season may be over. 4 to 6 months with a lower left leg stress fracture. That stinks. Usually it says season, though, when it's season ending, so maybe there's a chance he comes back in the playoffs. Because 4 months from now is like April 10th, so he could be back. I'm also stupid. It would be May 10th, so yeah, it could be like the first round, maybe second round. So we're here at the All-Star Draft. You have Team Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. That would be a sick storyline at the moment. We have LeBron, Paul, George, Griffin. Do we get Jimmy Butler? DeMar DeRozan's there. Al Horford. But no, okay, thank God he makes it. He finally makes the All-Star game on the same team as Al Horford, so we have 2 All-Stars, which is nice. Minnesota has a very interesting team at the moment. All right, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is actually pretty good, so I'm going to be making this trade. Robert Covington, Luke Kennard, Pascal Siakam, and a second-round pick for Derrick White and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Yeah, he's pretty good, like I said, and we're going to pick him up. With D-Rose still hurt just for a tad bit, we'll have Augustine, Butler, Kidd-Gilchrist, Mirotic, and Horford. Not bad. It will be nice when we get some of these bench guys back at the moment, because we're without Portis for the rest of the year. We're without Gordon for another week, and same thing with Derrick Rose. All right, so we're not going to have as good of a record this year than we did last year, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh my God, and then Eric Gordon breaks his leg. He's out 6 to 8 weeks, and the playoffs will start next week. Damn. We do hit 50 wins, though. That just freaking sucks. We go 52 and 30. Ross averaging a triple-double gets MVP. Donovan Mitchell, Rookie of the Year in LA. He wins it over Tatum. Drew Holiday, Sixth Man of the Year. Kawhi gets DPOY. Devin Booker, Most Improved. He signed with the Golden State Warriors. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year with Kevin Durant on the Cavs. So Chris Paul is actually coming back from an injury. We don't see Jimmy Butler on an All-NBA team, which kind of stinks. Andrew Wiggins on the Clippers gets it. Well, he's kind of a beast. Jimmy Butler does get on all defensive second team, though. He's up to a 94 overall, which is pretty sweet. So we're taking on the 6th-seeded Brooklyn Nets in round 1 with Jordan Clarkson, Campaign, Jabari Parker, Thad Young, Brooke Lopez, Jeff Whitney, Ersan Ilyasova, J.J. Hickson, Joe Ingles. We should beat them. So Jimmy Butler led the team in scoring, followed by Horford, Mirotic, Kidd-Gilchrist, Rose. We're going to be without Gordon for a little bit. Bobby Portis is back, though. Let's go. Probably declining that team option. He just could not hit a shot. But, you know what? I guess it was a smaller sample size. So probably going to not play DJ Augustine. Yeah, I'll probably play Derrick White over him. So we're going to have, like, Boucher and Derrick White there off the bench. We'll have DeJounte Murray in year 2 getting about 18 minutes a night. MKG can be the 6th man. I'm cool with that. He can get about 28 minutes a night. We'll do 36 to Horford. I guess we'll do... No, I kind of want to do like 25 to Portis. Let's do 34 to Mirotic, 40 to Butler, and let's do 33 to D-Rose. All right, can we beat the Brooklyn Nets? We should beat this team in round 1. And oh my goodness, we ended up... That is not good at all. Oh, that is a very disappointing end to the season. Oh my God. We lost by 8 in overtime in Game 5. We blew them out in Game 1. Game 2, we lost by 2. Game 3 lost by 20. Game 4 lost by 2 and then lost in overtime. Damn, it was a really close series. In the finals, it's going to be, how did Brooklyn make the conference finals? I don't know. But you have the Cavs and the Warriors, and the Warriors win in 7 with Devin Booker being your finals MVP. They have Dwight Howard, Devin Booker, who had 56 in Game 7. Okay, so where did Steph sign? Steph Curry signed with the Indiana Pacers. That makes total sense right there. There goes Pau Gasol. He retires. So I won't have any random first-round picks. The Timberwolves do get the #1 pick, or I do. I do have OKC's and Utah's first-round pick, as well as ours at 24. So we have 3 in a row at 22, 23, and 24. In our first year, we didn't have too many injuries, but last year we got hit hard with them. This is the 2018 draft class with Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Voted class. All right, I'm going to be trading Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, 22, 23, and a future second for Raul Neto, and Chris Middleton, who's an expiring deal, but he's 26 years old, and I think he's a little bit of an upgrade over MKG. The #1 pick is Luka to Minnesota. 2 is Trae Young to Phoenix. 3 is Mikal Bridges to Orlando. Michael Porter Jr. goes 4 to Memphis. Jaren Jackson Jr. 5 to Toronto. And yeah, with like Brunson and Mikal Bridges emerging over the last like year as like kind of budding stars in the league, this draft class is actually like an all-timer. It will be an all-timer in my opinion. I'm surprised Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has not gotten drafted. There he is. That was definitely kind of late at 9. So yeah, like we are on the clock at 24 and we have DiVincenzo and Anthony Simons on the board. That's really good. I'm going to take Anthony Simons here. And in the second round, I'm going to snag Theo Pinson, former Tar Heel. So let's sign Simons and Theo Pinson right there. Bobby Portis, we're going to... I might pick it up and trade him. DeJounte Murray broke an ankle in the final game of the year, so he's going to be nursing that. But yeah, we're going to pick up both those deals. Like I said, though, I may move Bobby Portis. And I'm going to do a swap with Denver. We're giving them Bobby Portis. We're taking on the Manimal, Kenneth Faried. So you got James Harden. You got Isaiah Thomas in this class. Avery Bradley actually for $40 million. That's funny. I mean, he's pretty good, though. You got Melo. You got Paul George. Favors Aldridge. I'm going to look to bring back Al Horford on a 2-year extension worth about $35 million a year. Yeah, we should be able to get him back on that type of deal. Let's go. I would like to bring back Eric Gordon. I thought he was phenomenal for us. Can I sign both him and Horford? Please let me do that. Thank you. I'm also going to sign Jeremy Lamb as well just to get some more wing depth in case any injuries happen. So we have Butler, Horford, Middleton, Mirotic, Faried, Rose, Gordon, Lamb. I do think that this team can win a championship. Player progression, nothing too bad. Horford doesn't regress. That's good. All right, I like this team a lot. Rose, Butler, Mirotic, Faried, Horford with Middleton, Lamb. Probably not Neto off the bench. I think Gordon's fine, and we're going to probably give DeJounte Murray a little bit of playing time. I want to give Eric Gordon a little bit more. White, Boucher, Simons, Neto, all there in case any injuries happen. 4-star balanced once again. We start off the season with a dubs. Missouri, okay, balling out for the Knicks. That's funny. 35 points for Chris Middleton in his Bulls debut. He was technically a Bull at one point. Nope, I'm an idiot. I was thinking like, oh, him and Dinwiddie were former Bulls, but they were both former Pistons, not Bulls. I think Dinwiddie might have been a Bull, but yeah, Middleton wasn't. Sorry. We're going to really test out this team's depth as Jimmy Butler's out 1 to 2 months. So Jimmy Butler just came back. We're 29 and 17, and then Al Horford just gets hurt for the year. You gotta be kidding me. You just have to be kidding me. I mean, oh my God, Chris Boucher starting center. We could go small ball with Faried there. I'll probably look to make a trade at the deadline. All right, he's not a great rebounder by any means, but we're going to be trading Raul Neto and Anthony Simons for Frank Jackson, but most notably Derrick Williams, the former 2nd overall pick out of Arizona, kind of playing some small ball 5 now. So you got Team LeBron and Team Russ here in the All-Star Draft, and we unfortunately don't see any Chicago Bulls. But yeah, man, maybe since after the Jordan era, the Bulls are just cursed at the moment. Like, it's a shame. But Chris Middleton is really good for us. So is Mirotic. Derrick Rose is still averaging 7 assists a night. He's shooting 36 from 3. Damn it, Horford. Why'd you have to get hurt? Oh, and Middleton's out 4 to 6 weeks. Let's lock up Jimmy Butler on a 4-year extension. Who knows? Maybe we're going to get like an insane playoff Jimmy and we can make a run. I mean, even without Al Horford, we're 42 and 19. Jeremy Lamb out 4 to 6 weeks. Oh my God. Al Horford actually returned. He wasn't out the whole year. I looked at his injury system. Why tell me he's out for the year though? Let's go. I'm taking it. D Rose breaks his right finger. All right, he could play through it. All right, we're 55 and 22, and we're fully healthy. I mean, like, Derrick Rose has injuries he's playing through, but everybody's playing. And Derrick Rose is healthy for the playoffs. And there goes Mirotic. Breaks his right leg. He's out 8 to 10 weeks while he's out for the playoffs. On the final day of the year, Russ gets his 3rd straight MVP with averaging another triple-double. Luka, Rookie of the Year. TJ McConnell, 6th Man of the Year in Portland. Kawhi, Depoy. Dante X, the most improved. Shout out to him. We do finish the season as the 2 seed. Going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, the Chris Middleton Revenge Series, the Michael Kidd-Gilchrist Revenge Series. Are they without Giannis, or did Giannis sign elsewhere? Yeah, it looks like he's elsewhere. I mean, this team has the depth to win without Nikola Mirotic for sure. It just sucks that that keeps happening to us. Can we beat the Milwaukee Bucks in round 1? Oh my god, we lost game 1. By how much? By 2? Then we beat them by 29 in game 2. Oh my god, we lose game 3. We win game 4. And Middleton gets hurt. This is just not even fun with all these injuries. And Jimmy Butler has a migraine. Great. So here we go, game 6, just to get out of round 1 as a goddamn 2 seed. I swear, the Bulls are the most unluckiest team ever. Maybe they're up there with the Clippers, and we just choked away that nice lead we had. And we end up losing. Another round 1. We also had a 3 seed last year and a 2 seed this year. Hate you, 2K. Hate you so much. You have Kawhi and Harden in the finals, and the Spurs win it all as Harden was on the Nets, and yeah, Kawhi wins it on the Spurs. All right, so yeah, it's a new day for me right now. I needed to get my mind resetted for this save because this is going to be our final year, and unfortunately, I have not had a lot of success in this video. I mean, in the regular season, we've had a ton of success, but we just end up getting bounced in round 1 by seeds way lower than us. Dwayne Wade heads to the Hall of Fame. This is the 2019 offseason at the moment. The Suns have to have a sick young core at this moment. I feel like I'm always seeing them there at the top of the draft. They do fall to 5 here. That's pretty brutal. The Suns do have Brandon Knight. They have Jason Tatum, Bledsoe. They have Trae Young and Jason Tatum. That's pretty sick. I am going to fire Billy Donovan as our head coach. I'm going to throw a lot of money at either Spoelstra, Budenholzer, Steve Kerr. I would love Monty Williams, but he's an assistant, so he'll probably get blocked. All right, so we ended up signing, just Mike Brown or Rick Carlisle. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Rick Carlisle to be the new head coach of the Chicago Bulls. So I ended up getting Darius Bazley with the 28th overall selection. Zion Williamson ended up as a Charlotte Hornet. Ja is in Houston. Brandon Clark went 3 to Atlanta. RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish to Duke Blue Devils ended up going 6 and 7. Tyler Hero went 8. DeAndre Hunter 9. Jordan Poole 10. Garland to the Pelicans at 14 is a steal. Cam Johnson to the Pacers at 21. So let's pick up the team options on everybody at the moment. I do think I'm going to make some trades, and we probably will go with injuries off for the final season because I have just been destroyed with injuries in this video. All right, so I'm going to be trading DeJounte Murray and Eric Gordon to the Philadelphia 76ers for Jayshawn Tate and Kyle Kuzma, who's not the best three-point shooter in the world, but I think it's just as good as Eric Gordon and DeJounte Murray already. Free agency time. We do have 2 free agents in Kenneth Faried, who I'm just going to give a 1-year deal to, and we do have bird rights on Chris Middleton, and I'm going to give him the bag. We get both of them back. KD goes to the Miami Heat. Okay, Kawhi Leonard to the Cavs. The Cavs have had LeBron, KD, and Kawhi at their small forward spot in this video. John Wall to the Nets. They wanted that to happen in 2010. Kyrie Irving to the Wizards. So the Wizards lose John Wall. They bring in Kyrie. Embiid to the Pelicans. Jokic back to the Raptors. Clay back to the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins to the Thunder. Love to the Trailblazers. The Wizards picked up Kyrie and DeRozan. So there is a chance I'm a extreme buyer at the deadline if I don't think that this team can win a championship. Al Horford is still really good, so don't let that overall convince you otherwise. Mirotic regresses, which is interesting. Faried regresses. Rose is still an 80. I want to win a championship with him. So we'll see how this team is doing come February time. All right, so you have Team Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook as the All-Star captains once again. We do get Jimmy Butler as an All-Star once again here in the 2020 season. We are 36 and 18. We are the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. The trade deadline is this week, and we are 39 and 18 on trade deadline day. All right, I'm gonna make a blockbuster trade at the deadline. We're trading Derrick White, Al Horford, and a first-round pick for Jordan McLaughlin and Blake Griffin to join the Chicago Bulls. All right, and I'm trading Nikola Mirotic and Chris Boucher for Fred Levins, but Salah Mejri, who's actually pretty good in this save right now. And we're going to have a team of Rose, Butler, Middleton, Griffin, and then Mejri there. Off the bench, we'll have Derrick Williams, Fareed, Kuzma, Jeremy Lamb. That'll be the 9-man rotation. Hopefully, Rick Carlisle can take us to the promised land. And Russell Westbrook wins another MVP. Zion averages 27 points as a rookie. Ricky Rubio gets 6th man of the year. Kawhi, DPoy in Cleveland. Wendell Carter most improved in Washington. That's a good Washington team. And shout out to Carlisle getting coach of the year. Jahlil Okafor, an all-NBA first team, okay? We ended the season as the 1 seed though, folks. We went 59-23. We're taking on the 8-seeded Toronto Raptors. They have Jokic and Kyle Lowry. They could beat us. And if they do, I will cry. Jimmy Butler, Blake Griffin, and Chris Middleton all scored 20-plus points a night. And here we go. Round 1 against Toronto. Please don't lose to them. Finally! We take control as a 1 seed. We can't win as a 2 seed or a 3 seed, but a 1 seed works. In those 4 games, Jimmy averaged 24 points a night. D Rose, 7.8 assists. Can we beat Milwaukee, who have Ben Simmons, Mario Hezonja, Tobias Harris, Jeremy Grant, Mitchell Robinson? I'd honestly think that Toronto Raptors team is better, and we end up blowing... No, don't tell me I just blew a 3-0 lead. Oh my God. Yep. I can't win with the Bulls. They are cursed. They are never winning after Michael Jordan again. I'm sorry, Bulls fans. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.